morning. Oh my goodness. Okay, it feels like it's been forever since we've actually had some some deep conversations. So today, let's talk about quit chasing leads and clients. Quit chasing them, right? Let them come to you. Be that magnet. Here's how it's easy to be that magnet. Generosity will always win for you. So, um, you might already know this, but if you haven't given any thought to it, quarter two starts in a couple of weeks, right? Like we had our first taste of spring last week. Well, actually, this week, because yesterday it was like half sunny before the clouds started rolling in. So, pretty much like all the earlier part of this week, last weekend, we had our first taste of spring. And what that means is people are eager to get outside. So, if you haven't already thought about it, let's talk about what does quarter two look like for your business, right? Have you already projected what April, May, and June are going to look like for your business? How are you going to show up generously? How are you going to earn repeat orders from your current clients, earn referrals from them, and also convert those hot leads that are really sitting on the fence there, okay? So what is the plan for that? Because that sun's coming out, what's going to happen is it's going to be some outdoor events. There's going to be some outdoor gatherings. They're already happening. We went to an event a couple weeks back, and it was one of those events where, they may or may not have enough chairs for this kind of, spread out gathering. So a lot of people brought their own chairs, camp chairs. And so I'm sitting there, and of course, I'm in this industry of marketing and awareness, and I'm sitting back and I'm looking at camp chairs with brands on them. And of course, little antenna in my head is like, ooh, spring's coming. Like, I say it time and time again because it's true. Your ideal clients are hanging out with your ideal clients, right? So that was a great opportunity to kind of plant the seed. So we have our first camp trip coming up in a couple of weeks. I think that there's 2 other couples that are going. We've all kind of booked into this little campsite area. We have like our own sites or whatever. We're not the only ones doing that. So again, we hang out with people that have similar interests as us, as do your clients. So think about that. Think about that when you're looking to gift, right? What can you give that's going to help them in the next 3 months when they're getting outdoors a little bit more? A few things that come up in my mind, I actually wrote a few things down, is like hats and tumblers and t-shirts and maybe like cooler bags, as we're going out more, maybe we're doing some hiking, camping again, things like that. Something that's going to be a tool while they're out and about hanging out with other people. So let's talk about kind of why showing up generously is important. Number one, we covered it. People are eager to get outdoors. They want to be safe, so they're going to socialize safely. And then camping is there. So that's why, as we have opportunities in front of us the next 3 months. Think about opportunities, right? The problem, though, is you might be feeling this. The problem is, well, what do I do with this information, right? How do I grow my business with this opportunity? And what do I give? So I usually do Hanky. I'm in a storefront, and then he sees people, and he gets really excited. I always run through like a visualization with my clients, like, think about your ideal clients. Where do you want to show up in their lives? What's your budget? And then we kind of go figure out what is that product that kind of makes sense, right? Back to those priorities. So if you are thinking you really need some new clients, I'd really like for you to think events, right? Can you sponsor an event that's already happening? Can you host an event, right? And some cool ideas to give out at these types of events. My mind goes to, because I own a screen printing shop, my mind goes to like t-shirt shooting guns, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you're gonna go somewhere where there are people like that are kind of on blankets in separate little areas. Can you shoot T-shirts out or whatever? I don't know. My mind goes there. If anybody has a T-shirt gun, can you please let me know though? Because I would love to get my hands on one. Maybe I can like put like property of Uptown screen printing on it. But anyways, I also want to talk about like things to give out are essential. Like water is essential. We're always drinking out of water bottles. We have so many with 3 kids, and my husband and I were very much about, you know, we always take water with us. We always bring lunches where we go. We do a lot of cooking at home. So think water bottles. Obviously T-shirts are a great one. I just did an order for a client for long sleeve tees and hoodies. And then I got a call this week. It was so hot. He's like, oh my gosh, we need to get an order of T-shirts in. So that is to look at what's coming, right? What's coming is people are going to be getting into lighter apparel. They're going to get out of those long sleeves. Hoodies are always a given because at night it always gets cool where we're at. Let's talk about renewals and referrals, right? So again, think about maybe camp chairs to your best clients right now. Umbrellas for outdoor events. Outdoor events are still happening. I just did orders for soccer, right? So they may, I think some of these programs, they're encouraging that there not be spectators. There are still freaking parents like across the street, like still trying to view, um, wherever they're doing it. But think camp chairs, think umbrellas, beach towels, right? I know so many people going to the beach. It's a safe way to have fun with the family, be socially conscious in terms of being safe and being able to distance. So think about how you're spending your time and what are the tools that you're bringing to those activities? Are they brandable? If they're brandable, get them in the hands of your current clients. That way you can get those renewals and get those referrals by their friends seeing it. And warm lead conversion, like my go-to, guys, is always sending lumpy mail, right? Because you're not going to spend the amount of money on a warm lead that you would on a current client, right? That price point is very different. And also, like a new client attraction, like that's a smaller price point. Warm lead conversion's a little bit more because a warm lead is somebody who you've had a conversation with, who's expressed interest, sees value, but hasn't made a decision yet. So you need to give a little bit more attention to your warm leads. Who are the top hot 10 leads that you've had a conversation with in the last 3 months who have not said yes? You need to reach out to them, right? Don't be salesy. Don't do the typical sales call like everybody in the world does, or the 10 other people that are trying to promote the same services as you. Show up differently. Send something in their mail. Show up in a way with lumpy mail that they're going to open because they're going to be curious what's inside here, right? Because it's spring, think springtime stuff. Seed cards that they can plant. They've got cute planters, right? And that's a little big for a lumpy mail, but think like seed cards. They actually have this one card that has they're like in the shapes of vegetables, or they have thyme, but you plant each one, and like the tomato is actually a tomato seed. So when they plant it, they're gonna get a tomato. Or the herb one, which has a couple different herbs. If you plant the cilantro, you get cilantro. They're super adorable. Eco-friendly is big too. I know Earth Day's coming up. But springy. And out of all of this, guys, just remember to follow up. Follow up is key, right? If you send a gift, just give them a quick little, hey, what's going on in your world? I just want to check in, and just see how how your family and your team is doing. You don't have to like show up and say, hey, are you ready to make a decision? Let's do this, right? Because that's just weird and uncomfortable. Don't be weird, guys. Oh my goodness. What happened to my computer? All right, well, I'm going to log off because I got to get to work. It's Friday. Have an awesome, awesome day, guys. Uptown Screen Printing. Jamie Young.